Hey y'all, just a heads up. My audio for this episode seems to have disappeared. No idea where it went, so I'm going to be using the Twitch stream audio. So if there's any difference in audio quality, that is why. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened, and Craig had already deleted my backup. So nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. So here's the episode. Also a heads up, we kind of end abruptly because Chris wasn't feeling well. So if there's a reason why at the end there's going to be like, oh, and we'll see you next week kind of suddenly. It's because of that. Chris wasn't feeling well, so we just went ahead and moved into the stream there. So thank you all for listening, and here is episode 7 of Deadpool Roleplays the Marvel Universe.
Oh God, we're back.
Everyone just ran away. What is happening? All right, everyone run away.
This is why you don't hit live.
I
Okay.
didn't run away.
You're by
I was
yourself,
just bent
Eric.
over.
Sorry.
I mean, Chris was here in spirit. He was just looking at something.
Yeah, I was just looking at something on the floor.
It's fine.
Welcome back.
We're live.
We're live.
We're doing it live, everyone.
Heck yeah.
Thank you for
Oh,
joining
boy.
us. You're the best. All right. Got a little snack, got a little drink.
Oh man, I should have got a snack.
Got some.
Yeah.
I got some Jello.
Brandis has got
I got
soup.
my-
Man,
I got my
Brandon's got
Coke
soup.
Zero.
Ooh.
Sponsor us, Jello and Coke Zero, please.
And bubbly.
Oh yeah, we definitely gotta get that bubbly sponsorship. Oh,
Or
and
Diet Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi. Sure.
Oh, do we have anything else here? Taco Bell. Let's get that Taco Bell sponsor.
Hey,
North-
check out the Cube.
Norse Foundry. Norse Foundry for your dice needs.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, then we don't want these blank dice. Never mind.
Blank dice
Okay.
for when you want to know the results.
Sponsors blank dice. Good for pregnancy tests and drug tests.
So confused.
Man, so we're back in it. Another episode of the pod. Hey, last time I just jumped us right into the podcast proper, and we skipped the whole
Well-
part where we talked about our boring outside of podcast lives. So what's everybody been up to?
Didn't we learn our lesson last time?
Hey, I'm running another game. I am running some Pathfinder First Edition for
Raider.
Ryan and some of his friends.
Nice.
Some of you may know the Pathfinder First Edition module, Feast of Ravenmore. Another podcast I listened to played through it a while back, and I thought it was great, so I'm running it. We had our first session on Wednesday. I only forgot one thing. I immediately, 2 days ago, I'm like, oh no. So they had to go to a tavern and talk to a person, and the very first thing I mention is, oh, and then there's someone sitting next to her. Forgot to mention him for the rest of the conversation. 2 days ago, or no, 2 days later, I'm like, oh fuck, I was supposed to send that guy with them to go to the next place.
So are you going to play your musical sting when you meet with them next time?
Yeah. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be like, oh, you're traveling on the road to the next location, and you see an extra figure, and we're going to do a flashback to her remembering to introduce the person next to her.
Beside you, the guy that's been walking with you since you started this journey.
Well, yeah, it was going pretty well. I fought a werewolf, which was fun. I had them like do like this is like a mini adventure to get into the actual adventure. And so I had this guy be like, I found a cave with loot and stuff. And they get into where the loot is, and he turns into a werewolf and attacks them. But our other friend Eric, we played D&D with him years ago. He throws a tanglefoot bag at his feet and basically makes him immobile and just crushes the rest of the fight.
Yeah, that sounds like Eric.
And Eric's character is like he's like a Witcher-ish type of character. So he made he has a sword that has already has a chemical silver on it. So it gets right through the DR that the werewolves have. So he's like the perfect character to fight this thing.
Dang.
Nice.
Every now and then you build a character that works.
Right.
And sometimes you read the adventure ahead of time. Build the perfect character.
The thing is, the part that he totally crushed was off the top of my head, homebrew.
Oh!
So
Wow.
He's in your head!
He's in my house.
He's the call's coming from inside your head, Kevin.
But yeah, it was super fun. It was fun to be back
awesome.
in Pathfinder First Edition.
Nice.
With a Witcher.
Mm-hmm. There is
fantastic.
it's like an alternate version of the fighter. I think it's called like Mutagen something or other. Mutagen fighter.
And you just get the alchemist's mutagen.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds like fun. Did anybody else do anything?
Yes, please go.
I was just gonna say I did boring things around the house.
Awesome.
We put a new hood on our riding lawnmower because the old one got busted.
Oh.
Put together some storage shelves out in the garage for some of those black totes with the yellow lids on them.
Mm-hmm.
And cut up some cardboard to put in the recycling.
Oh
Nice.
my gosh. Cut up
Are you
cardboard.
guys gonna do the QR codes where you scan it and you can see what's in all the storage boxes?
I hadn't thought about that. That'd be a great idea.
Yeah. That way it's easy to keep track of.
Yeah, Des, when are you going to do that for us?
I feel like starting from scratch is the way to go.
All right, I guess we'll just have to throw away all of our stuff.
Okay. All right.
Well, who wants to go next?
With
I was
more
just gonna
boring
say-
stuff? Go ahead, Des.
I was gonna say, Alex and I are both working on throwing an anniversary party for our theater, our improv theater that we're a part of. So that's been fun. That's gonna be at the end of the month, and theater for 80 plus people, or a party for that. Not a theater. There's way more, but
Nice.
got little trophies in. They're cute. They got little thumbs up. Yeah, we have
Nice.
awards.
Appropriately
Secretly.
boring. I love it.
All right,
Secretly
I'll get my-
hoping that I win something.
Yeah.
I'll get my appropriately boring life out of the way. So we worked on our garden, which we didn't touch last year. It's a 1/4 acre big. It was completely overgrown. So I finally got the big tiller out, got all that crap mowed down, made a bunch of beds so we can plant the 1,000 seedlings that we have coming in 2 weeks. Different vegetables and stuff. And then this big old storm blew through that I'm sure everybody enjoyed. I don't think our area of the country got it as bad as some places, but I covered all of that up with tarps and stuff so that I wouldn't get rained on. And I couldn't believe it. I woke up the next day and it was all still in place. So all my hard work wasn't wasted.
Nice.
Huzzah.
Yeah, and I usually am a pretty sound sleeper, but I was up a lot because of the wind and stuff, and we built this addition onto the house, and every time there's a big old windstorm, I'm like, Yeah, did we really build it that well? I'm really scared right now.
That's your test, right?
Yep. So and then besides that, I guess anything related to what we're doing here is I'm really determined to finish my Starfinder adventure community service so that come August, at some point when 2.0 comes out, we can maybe run that. And then we did Cosmic Crush here on the podcast. I don't know how many months ago now. So I decided that I want to rewrite that and try to publish that on Starfinder Infinite. So
I think that was last, literally like a year ago. It was March.
It's
Yeah,
been 84 years.
84 years. And then we talked about before the show, but I'm trying to make a board game. So those are all my lesser boring things going on in my life that are related to our podcast.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Episode 1
Yeah.
of Cosmic Crush was February 26th, 2024.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Crazy.
And the final episode was March 11th.
Hmm.
So
Interesting.
yeah, hopefully the rewrite is much better. I learned a lot from us running through as our playtest for the live stream. So I think it makes it a little more cohesive and you kind of understand. Because I remember there was a lot of like, okay, we're in this room with a big machine. Now what? Do we fight it? I've kind of clarified things like that. So
Okay,
hopefully
gotcha.
Kevin will
dope.
playtest it with some people and let me know how it goes.
I will. I'm down. I
You added a note that
asked
says like,
Ryan if he wanted to.
Oh,
play
okay.
for it. So we might do that.
So he's on board. Cool. Yeah. So then someday maybe you can get it on Starfinder Infinite and play it yourselves. Yeah, rascally rabbits.
Nice.
well, my boring stuff is that I do improv, and I did 2
What?
shows this weekend. I did 2 improv shows. I got paid for one of them. Pretty decent
yeah,
for
get that money.
improv. Yeah.
Did you win?
It was down at a bar in Lexington, Kentucky.
Oh,
So I had to
bar.
drive down there and do
I'll
some
say-
bar prov. Huh?
Slight correction. You had 3 shows:
I had 3 shows.
Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday.
All right, whatever. Miss Know It All. You know everything.
Yeah.
Why don't you go be boring again somewhere else?
All right. Bye.
I did 3 shows this weekend, and I got paid for one of them. So yeah, but they were all very fun. Bar prov shows get wild very quickly. And some drunk lady tried to basically molest one of my fellow performers
Oh boy.
during the show. So yeah, that was awesome.
It's not the word I
So
would
here's
use.
just like a PSA. Make sure you know people's boundaries before you go groping.
Yeah, don't grope the performers. I never thought I'd have to say that at an improv show.
Yeah, that's how you know you're moving up in the world.
Getting groped at my improv shows.
Uh,
Well, fantastic. Now that we got all of our boring lives out of the way, let's talk about what happened on the last episode.
I did it last time.
Who's got that perfect recap for us
Oh.
with no
Um,
details dropped?
I think
Des
Des is
for
showing off her
impeccable
notes.
notes.
Oh,
Oh my
okay,
God.
Des, you take it.
All right, Des
I
has
didn't
got
take
this.
those
No,
kinda notes.
please.
No, it's fine.
I
My
want-
notes fit in the palm of my hand, so go for it.
Oh, I was gonna have Hitmonkey do it.
Oh, okay. Got it.
All right. Hey. First off, the episode before we all plunged possibly to our deaths, but last episode we awoke in a smooth room with seemingly no exits. We were achy, but we were better. And we were told by this creepy AI that it was the deadly maze of death and destruction. So we went through a series of rooms. Let's see. First room, we had a seam that was found in the wall. Second room started to close on us. We got squeezed a little bit, but we found a latch in the floor. we fell onto an island, but not just any island, a kitchen one. Guns for Hands and Action Bastard ate food scraps from chimichangas. There was fire that was blasting out from walls, but we found the exit in a fridge. The next room was a circus tent with hologram clowns. Hit Monkey was kind of just terrorizing them. We were assaulted by a horrible Uncle Cologne.
Yeah.
And in quotes I had, after a hearty dose of clown shenanigans, we regrouped at the tent. Action Bastard used their handkerchiefs for us to cover our faces. We found stairs. Water began to rush in. There was a whirlpool we went through. And then it was like a portal. And oh, hold on. Before we actually went through the portal, we all relived horribly traumatic events in our lives. But it's fine because Action Bastard got a hug, cracked my back, and we were all A-okay after that. We found ourselves in a distorted version of Ren's dance studio. A pit opened up, and another horrible odor permeated, but it was not our uncle's cologne. It was dirty diapers. A second pit opened. The diapers fell through a chute, and then we all decided to let go because Guns for Hands gave us very, very good info that everything from previous rooms seemed to disappear. And that's where we ended. We all let go.
Bravo.
Wow.
That was
very
amazing.
good. Best recap yet.
Can I just say,
Uh,
we should just have like bonus content where you just recap episodes because that was riveting.
can I get a karma for that?
For the recap? No.
I'm already maxed out anyway.
Well,
I
how
couldn't
about
even
this?
use my last one.
Dez can have karma. Ren does not get one.
I need good karma.
Good, you got one.
Don't forget to use it.
Excellent. Right.
All right. Well, we got a pretty good recap. I definitely have to say. Solid recap. So you dropped out of the dance studio through the diaper pit into the next space. You find yourself in another room, similar dimensions. Still very smooth walls. But you find that you are not alone here. There's another group of individuals. Oh boy. And I should have been doing this while you were doing the recap. But I never think of all of the 8,000 things I have to do to move a token around.
And it was such a riveting recap. I mean, who could blame you?
Yes, it was very good. I'm gonna move you guys a little bit. And then token time. Let's take it to the map, and I got some handouts so that we can kind of go over what we're seeing here.
Oh.
Okay, we are there. And this is one
Oh no, my head in a jar.
character that you see before you.
Sean
We
Yu the
also-
Mystic, it says.
We also have this one.
Gorilla Man.
Oh boy.
I love him.
We have
Hit Monkey is kind of offended.
this one.
Ruby Thursday. Mhm.
Oh, I thought that was Octopus Gal.
Yeah,
And
that's a real
we
character.
have. Oh, what's the last one's name? Oh, yep. Where you at? There you is. And the strongest of all.
Oh no.
What's going on here? Oh, is this it?
There.
There he
Oh, no,
is.
it's Shrunken Bones.
Shrunken Bones.
He's definitely the leader of this
Oh.
group. I was editing this episode, and I realized that Alex never actually gave physical descriptions of these characters, or at least he may in a bit when it spoiler alert, we're going to get into a fight with these guys. He may describe them as their turn, but I figured I'd give you guys a description of them, so you know as he's introducing them. Chandu the Mystic is a grotesque spectacle, his aged, wrinkled head suspended in a glass jar filled with murky, life-preserving fluid. No wires, no attachments, just a floating, disembodied head, his sunken eyes still filled with menace and cunning. Gorilla Man is a towering figure covered in thick, dark fur, his powerful frame moving with a mix of animalistic grace and human awareness. His deep-set eyes gleam with intelligence, and his face holds an eerie blend of bestial features and lingering humanity. He's literally a gorilla with a human head, from the picture that he showed us. Ruby Thursday is an unsettling figure, her sleek and fashionable attire sharply contrasting with the smooth crimson sphere that has replaced her head. The featureless mass shifts and warps at will, sprouting tentacles, weapons, or grotesque imitations of a human face. And finally, Shrunken Bones is a withered husk of a man, his body unnaturally small and skeletal, as if all his flesh had been drained away, leaving only taut skin stretched over protruding bones. Despite his frail form, his oversized, piercing eyes betray a sharp and dangerous intellect. And back to Alex.
These four are kind of like sitting together over off on the side of the room, and as they see you drop into the room, they all get up and start like cracking their knuckles and like stretching out their necks and shoulders and everything.
Uh-oh.
Well, Chandu does one of those things.
Yeah.
No, he cracks his knuckles.
Oh no!
They're in the jar with him.
He bites them.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hello, friends. Are you also lost in here? Or are you digital holograms that are gonna fight us? If we...
Yeah, the, Chandu is like, we are not illusions, such as you speak.
That's what an
Gorilla
illusion
Man
would say.
The Gorilla Man steps forward and pounds his chest, and he says, "Congratulations on getting this far. But now we have to demolish you."
You don't have to.
The weird tentacle head lady goes, actually, we do.
Why is that?
We're on the payroll for Madam.
The madam, the AI or whatever? Oh, you guys are good.
Yeah.
Were you the people who went missing? Is that what the deal is?
Well, originally, yes. But as we went through the trials, Madam liked the work that we were doing and hired us on as an obstacle. You know, we've been down here for a while, but not a lot of mercenaries make it this far.
Wow, that's crazy because we suck.
The Shrunken Bones was like, well, obviously you don't suck that much.
Yeah, I chime in and I'm like, quit letting Deadpool get to you, okay? You're good.
Hey, I'm trying to build them up like they think they're going to beat us easily.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I mean, we are gonna beat you up, but I mean, we don't have to disrespect one another.
I think we can do that. That's fine.
Beat him up?
Or disrespect each other.
Either or, just whatever. Whatever we just, you know. So is this where we fight now?
We're gonna fight, yeah.
Okay. I want to know. You gotta say it in his voice.
I'm gonna kick your ass now, buddy. you freak.
Oh, as soon as he says freak, Rin just runs up towards him and tries to bitch slap him across the face.
Oh, dang.
Well, I'm also
Yeah.
taking pot shots at everybody.
How about we do initiative while I keep getting
Alright.
all of my character sheets in order?
Okay.
Okay.
Vigilance.
Oh.
There is an initiative score, FYI. Oh, it does use your vigilance. I'm an idiot.
It does, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, I rolled real well. I'm ready to take some shots.
You're ready to take some shots.
Do you
Good
remember
job.
when I almost called Chris Dad, and then you said we should call the DM Dad from now on?
I do remember that.
Oh God.
We forgot about that. So,
All right. Well,
Okay,
you
Dad.
can all
Dad,
you can all remember now.
I was
Good.
watching for some reason. I don't remember why. I was watching the clips, and then I was like, "Wait a minute, we literally never did that." After
We
you said
stopped.
that.
Yeah, immediately. Well, because we all have such great memories, right?
Yeah, definitely. This is the most memorable podcast. Now, are there any
Okay.
objects in this room?
No, this is much like the initial room that you found yourselves in.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's just empty.
I hide behind
and
Action Bastard.
You were
He's
in.
Mighty 2.
Which
Right?
one doesn't have
what
initiative
are you?
yet?
Mighty 2? Mighty
Gorilla
Joe
Man.
Young?
Yes, he's Mighty Joe Young.
I used to love that movie. Hey
I
guys, go
haven't
watch
s-
Mighty Joe Young.
I haven't watched. Hey, Mighty Joe Young, sponsor us.
Yes, please.
I haven't watched
We
that
have
movie
so
in
many primates.
years.
So, Shrunken Bones
What?
is our first one in the initiative. Oh, what's the rule for initiative ties for this?
Highest initiative score, I assume, but that's just a guess.
Okay. Well, it's just because it's between the Mr. Shrunken Bones and Guns for Hands. And I think you got a higher initiative, right?
I have a +4. Yeah.
Yes. So we'll move you up over Shrunken Bones, who is next. So, Guns for Hands. You are up first. What do you do?
Oh, Chris, do you remember the range on handguns from your fight? We looked it up. Was it 10 spaces?
I think it's 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I move up 2 spots
Okay.
to be within 10, and I shoot Octopus Lady. What power do I want to use?
I don't know.
I'm gonna do some stopping power.
Oh.
The character makes a ranged attack against an enemy. If the attack is a success, it's regular. And fantastic success will be something fun. I'm gonna roll actual dice because that's fun. I have an actual red die, so. Also, I was very upset. One of my, that crystal die set that I got at what con is that? Origins.
Yeah.
Alex.
Yeah.
I guess I blade something on. There it is. It probably can't see it in the camera. Probably not. You can see the chip there. You see that? The top.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, chipped right off. I was so upset. Luckily, it's like
That's rough.
the tens of the D100. Very upset.
So you can just throw that one in the garbage.
Yeah. No Marvel. Ooh, not a good roll actually. So that is 7 plus 5, 12 to hit KAC.
Nope. You said you were shooting with your guns for hands, right?
Right.
So that's 12 against the agility defense.
Agility defense, which I
Yes.
assume she has a high agility defense.
Yeah. She does a handstand to dodge out of the way of your blood bullets. But instead of her hands, she uses her head tentacles to avoid your attack.
How are you talking then? All right. That's my turn. I moved and I did a standard.
Perfect. Then it is Shrunken Bones, who is I think gonna use. Oh no, where did it go?
Right there.
I just had a. There was a power that I just looked at, and now it's gone.
What was it? Do you remember the name? I guess if you do remember.
I found it.
You found it.
Yes. So, Shrunken Bones is going to just start. He's looking at you, analyzing your team's movements, and he starts calling out things about the team to his teammates. He's like, the one with guns for hands has little control. They have poor communication, and the one in the back seems to not have any skill whatsoever. He's going to be using this ability called Battle Plan. So he's basically calling out your weaknesses to his teammates in order to assure that they... Oh, okay, yeah. So he's going to spend some focus and grant some of his teammates edge on all action checks until the start of his next turn.
At the beginning of the next round, we may want to use a team maneuver.
Up next after Shrunken Bones is Gorilla Man. Gorilla Man is going to... Damn it, I always hate these fights where I have a bunch of different characters with different abilities that I can't remember all of them.
Yeah. You know, looking for one ability and wait, nope, that's on that character.
That was on a different guy. It's not this one. Okay, so he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's just going to run up. He just charges straight at Action Bastard. And he's basically able to get up in your grill. After Gorilla Man is Ruby Thursday. Ruby Thursday is going to throw out an elemental burst. The tentacles on her head are like waving around, and one just like throws. Actually, yeah, she's got to step up. No, wait, she doesn't. 1, 2, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, yes, she does. She steps up. Oh, she's going to step up further. If she's going to get close, she's got to get close. She steps up further. She swings out a tentacle at you with this elemental burst. The element being tentacles. And makes a ranged attack.
Slow motion dodge.
And slow motion dodge is... How does that work again?
Trouble on this agility attack. And it cost me... only cost me a reaction.
Gotcha. Okay.
Of which I have 2.
2 reactions. And the... forgive me, I forget how trouble works. I take the highest dice roll, or... You choose, or I choose?
I believe it is the highest dice roll, and a Marvel is always re-rolled. I think it's the... So, re-roll at 6. It's still gonna hit me. Either way. Yeah.
A 17.
Is still a hit.
Still a hit.
I should have done the Marvel.
That is, let's see,
18 points of damage is what it says.
It inflicts regular damage, so 18 points of damage, yeah. As she whips you with her tentacle.
Uh-oh.
So she moved up, she hit you with a tentacle, then we're on to... Oh, wait. I did forget. She would have gotten edge which would have canceled that out.
They cancel each other out, yeah.
That would technically add one more
technically
point
not.
of damage, right?
I guess she can roll edge on anyone, so she can re-roll her Marvel die and try to get a 6 or a Marvel.
Okay. Both trouble and edge would resolve, right? That's what
I
you're
honestly
saying?
don't know, but I can look it up. Take a rolling and then we can find out when I find the roll.
I think, yeah, sure, that's fine. We'll do the edge, stack it, same result,
Same result.
so same amount of damage, and then it will be Chandu's turn.
It's possible to have both edges and troubles at the same time. These things cancel each other out in equal measure, so you only need to deal with what's left.
Oh, okay. So one for one, they cancel each other out.
Yep.
Cool. So, that wouldn't have mattered either way. Even with the roll on there, we still got the same result. So, Chandu is going to float in his little mystical jar, and he is going to cast some magic at you. This guy's still in Pathfinder. He shoots some mystical bolts. His voice becomes all deep and like Doctor Strangey, and he's
no.
bolts of Bathrak, and shoots out some of these electrical bolts at. Let's go for guns for hands would make the most sense.
Yeah. So, oh boy. What's this against? This is against like resilience or some shit.
The character makes an ego check with
Oh
edge
no!
against the ability defense of the target in their line of sight.
That's my weakest ability.
I add 1 to the character's agility bonus for... Wait, sorry. Add +1 to the character's agility damage bonus for every 2 points of focus they spend.
Oh, it's like that ability that Cody had, but it's for the a focus attack.
Oh, okay. And I can
And it's-
spend up to...
Or was it?
Is it 5 times my level?
Yeah.
Okay. So I can spend up to 15 points.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to spend 14 points. That sounds right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
14 focus. So let's do that. Oh. That's good. And then I make a ego check with an edge. So let's go for edge number 1. Let's go for edge number 2.
What is happening? Why are you rolling so many times?
He had 2 edges. One was granted to him by Shrunken Bones. One was from the ability itself. We had edge twice, but 5 on the second 2. So that is an 18 total.
Damage to focus?
This is... No, it's regular damage. Takes on a success, an affecting target takes that total damage. So it's an agility roll plus 1 for every 2 points of focus, which would be plus 7.
What's the ability?
It is called Bolts of Bathrak.
It doesn't specify what kind of damage.
I'm spending focus to increase the damage. So it's dealing damage, not focus damage.
I mean, one's health damage and one is focus damage, right?
Well, yeah, but I'm saying it's spending focus to increase the damage. It doesn't say it's not stressing out your character. It's throwing bolts of magic at it.
Gotcha. So you said 31?
It is... Well, so that doesn't take into account the bonus from this. I don't know how I'm supposed to calculate that on the fly. For this attack, add 1 to the character's agility damage bonus for every 2 points of focus that they spend. So it's 31 plus 7.
Oh. Okay. So you're using what, 14 you said?
14 focus spent.
So 7.
7 added on to the damage.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So it'd be 38 damage.
Guns for Hands falls.
Guns for Hands falls. That is rough. Okay. Guns for Hands. His only weakness is being hit with magic. and fists and other things and flamethrowers. We are at it is Hitmonkey's turn.
Hitmonkey's gonna step up behind. If I can find the right mouse to use, step up behind Guns for Hands. I guess kind of briefly checking on him, but then immediately turns to Gorilla Man and is gonna do a double tap.
Okay.
Wherever that went. Okay, so it's agility check. Double tap. Double click. And double do. So that's 17.
And this is against Gorilla Man.
Yes.
Gorilla Man is double tapped.
Double tap, baby. So that's what is that? Full damage. No fantastic. So yeah.
Regular
so 31 damage.
31 damage. Yeah. Boom, boom. 2 bullet holes open up on Gorilla Man, who just has the body of a gorilla, which is very susceptible to bullets, if Harambe taught us anything.
Oh no!
No. Not Harambe.
Too
I
soon.
take it back. I take it back.
It's too late.
Action Bastard is the kid that he was.
Oh my god.
Yes, a fantastic retaliation from Hitmonkey. It is Action Bastard's turn.
Right before I take my turn, can I just point out, Alex, that your comment about head in a jar guy chewing on his knuckles to crack his knuckles was prophetic, because that attack you used, it says they shoot electricity from their fingers.
Yeah.
So I just imagine him having his fingers in his mouth as the lightning shoots out.
Yes. Yeah, the knuckles, he like refocuses the angle of the knuckles in the jar.
I think Action Bastard's just gonna do what Action Bastard does mediocrely best, and he's just gonna try and punch Gorilla Man in the face as hard as he can.
Can I read a rule first?
Sure.
If a character is unconscious or demoralized, a teammate can use an action, has to use an action, to spend a point of karma to help the character recover too. To help with the health recovery, the character must be within teammates' reach. Yeah, the character makes the roll using their own ability score in either case.
I should have done that.
I can also look up what a recovery check. Alright.
And I also just realized that Gorilla Man does have a stronger body than Harambe. He has sturdy 1.
No, you already were thinking.
That's funny, Des. You're funny.
Oh,
I'm the dad now.
So if I'm reading this right, Hitmonkey would roll a recovery check, spin the karma, and we would both be able to recover hit points.
Okay.
So the person
But-
giving the karma, using the karma to
Uh-huh.
recover, can also recover hit points themselves.
Okay, but you said that is an action to do
It
that.
is an action, yes.
Okay. Gotcha. Well. I am adjusting Gorilla Man's bullet wounds a little bit. They're slightly better off than they were before. Okay, and now we know how to keep guns for hands alive. Action Bastard. What do you do?
I actually have a quick question before
I have a quick
do
answer.
much. Since Action Bastard doesn't have that, I think it's heroic, that would grant him karma.
Uh-huh.
So I have a 0 karma, so even though you've awarded me karma, I'm assuming I don't actually have any karma to use because of that?
You don't accumulate karma at the start of your day like a hero would.
Okay.
But if I give you karma for being heroic, or in this case, doing things that I like, then
So I still have it. Okay.
you have the karma, yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I understood that karma system properly. All right. Oh yeah, no, I'm just gonna punch Gorilla Guy in the face still. So
Just a old-fashioned punch to the
just
face?
an old-fashioned slam fist into jaw.
Slam fist.
And I got a 15.
A 15 on Gorilla Man. This is a slam fist. That is a hit.
Yes. That's 10 damage.
All right, his sturdy gorilla skin is going to eat up a little bit of that. And he's going to take 6 damage.
Yeah.
And he kind of just laughs it off as you like throw an epic fist into his chest. Ren, it is your turn.
Yeah, so when I said she was running up to the Jello guy or whoever he is, Shrunken Bones, she was just imagining that, and like she snaps back to reality. Yeah, I'm gonna run up and throw a, what is it, a frenzy? Yeah, it is a whirling frenzy. So let me run up. I'm gonna run up, and I've got like massive reach. So with this, I spend 5 focus, and I'm going to make a melee check, comparing it with the melee defense of every enemy within my reach. It is 10 times the normal reach. So
Yeah. Whip those weird metal arms around, lady.
So is that the non-combat? No, that would be combat melee.
This
We're
is
fighting.
very much a combat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. Hey, that's gonna be a 20 to hit. And I believe everyone would be in my range.
Why doesn't it have damage with it?
He probably rolled the
Roll the attack.
melee score, not the attack button.
Yeah.
Roll.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It does.
Multiply. Use the multiplier. that
Let
you
me
have.
try that.
Well, how about just from here on out, Des, you click the right button next time.
Okay.
What's your multiplier?
So can I say it was still 20 and then the attack is that?
Yes, we'll
Or the
use the
damage, I
same.
mean?
We'll use the
Okay.
roll. Just try to use the right button in the future.
It's a times
Okay.
3 plus 3, so it would be 21 divided by 2.
Okay, and this is on Shrunken Bones, right?
This is all
On
the
everyone.
enemies within my reach.
This is
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So a 20 in total versus everyone. That looks like it's gonna hit all
Now,
of them.
if it's a success, the enemy takes half regular damage. I don't think it would be a fantastic success because they would take full at that point.
Okay. Yeah, it's not a fantastic success because you don't have a marvel.
Correct.
But you do have a very high dice roll, which is good. So they take half damage, which would be 6 times 3 plus 3, right?
Right.
21.
That would be the total,
that.
and then each
Yeah.
of them would take half of that.
Do we round down?
Round up.
Round up. Okay.
Round up. Okay. 11?
So 11 damage to everyone, right?
Yes.
Okay, except for Gorilla Man, who has sturdy. Oh, how do I calculate that? He
It'd
gets
be times 1 instead of times 3.
6 times. He has sturdy 1, so it would be
Oh,
times
so
2.
2. And
So
then
12,
divided by 2.
15, 8 damage?
8, yeah.
Okay, Gorilla Man takes 8 damage. Everyone else takes 11 damage. Man, Chandu is not happy with you touching his jar.
Yeah. I'm not happy with the situation we're in. Now, Kevin did mention something before, and it is the end of the round. But our team maneuver, does that have to be at the top
So
of the next round?
The top of the round, yeah.
It can only be done at the start of a round.
Yeah.
And I cannot benefit from it since I'm unconscious.
So Rin is our slowest hero in this combat. So as the first round concludes, some of those hard light particles from the projectors begin to reform in this room. So all of our Deadpool and Daughters heroes, if you could make me an agility check. Non-combat agility check.
I'm assuming I'm not included in that.
Oof.
Ignore my first one. It was melee.
Yeah, you
I
wouldn't
did
be able
not-
to do it.
I did not click the right button again.
Guys, we just had a talk about this. You just said you were going to start clicking the right
It was just
button.
right under.
Okay, all right. So we have our rolls. Yes, we got. Hit Monkey with a 25.
Yeah.
Action Bastard's got a 15. And Dez has got a 9. Not Dez. Rin has got a 9.
Thank you.
All right, so Rin and unfortunately our unconscious
Ooh.
Guns for Hands are going to take a little bit of damage as lasers begin to shoot out of the walls. These hard light lasers do pack a punch.
Is this considered as an agility attack?
Yeah.
It was a save that I had to roll, right?
It was an agility versus for an action check.
I don't see anything
Yeah.
about that. But
I would be amazed if you could slow motion dodge while you're unconscious.
well, there's some rules about being it says my defenses are all 10, and any close attacks automatically hit.
Gotcha.
This is an agility, so it would be a range.
Right.
So I guess I would have to be able to move.
Yeah, you're unable to defend yourself because you weren't able to defend yourself before.
So would I also be able to dodge or no?
What?
I
That's
have-
what.
Have that ability?
Yeah, I have dodge.
This isn't an
Dodge.
attack. It's a.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh yeah.
It's a
there.
trap that's going off. Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody shut up so I can just deal the damage and we can move on. It is a Marvel times 3 damage. That was a 2 on the die. So you're getting hit for 6 damage as these lasers shoot out at you. And then we move to the top of the next round.
I guess they're gonna do their team maneuver. I don't know.
Yeah. So if we're gonna do that, we said that the call is so that Hit Monkey could do it.
One other thing is, what is everyone's rank?
Rank
2?
2.
2.
3.
So the average is 2. So this would be a level 1. Level 1 defense team maneuver is the team members all have damage reduction 2 for this round.
What is it?
Still very good.
Damage
Reduction
-2.
2.
Yeah.
It subtracts their modifier by 2.
Yeah. It's the multiplier that is going down, so it is a significant amount of damage that's being saved each time.
What's our limit on doing team maneuvers? Is it just
I
one
think
per
it's-
combat?
I think it's 1 per combat. Yeah.
Okay.
Team member involved must communicate with each other. They are required to pay the 5 focused cost. They have the option of spending a point of karma for themselves instead. Unconscious or demoralized team members do not have to join in and pay the cost, but if they somehow manage it, they can take advantage of the benefits too.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I'm confused by it too.
I mean, I guess if you don't want to get kicked while you're down or hit while you're down.
Well, I would
Make
have
it
to
harder.
say the call, and I can't because I'm unconscious. Like I can understand if like someone is demoralized, but can still do the, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it says in the rules that you can benefit, then don't question it.
It's very gray. There's a gray area here because it says, but if they somehow manage it.
I mean, I would say if we had a big tongue twister, that's cool, but we had a
I'm
grunt.
unconscious.
All you have to do is exhale.
Yeah.
I don't. That's up to Alex. So I'm not gonna make that rule.
I'm going to say that an unconscious character is going to have a hard time joining in on a team maneuver. You guys are still able to use the team maneuver. I just don't think Guns for Hands would benefit from it, as he's
Right.
laying on the ground unconscious currently.
I tried.
I appreciate your trying. Shrunken Bones is going to be like, "Hey, Gorilla Man, kick the shit out of them!" And he is going to use inspiration. He's going to give Gorilla Man an edge on all action checks until the start of the character's next turn. What a nice friend Shrunken Bones is. Do you get to do anything while you're unconscious, Kevin?
I've been looking at that. I don't believe so.
Okay, so until somebody else stands you up, you're basically...
I assume if I get regain hit points, I would go. That's where I would go in the initiative order. I would move to that spot, right? That makes sense. I can't do anything otherwise.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Well, it's Gorilla Man's turn.
Oh, he's gonna revive me?
Yeah, he walks over and uses his edge to bring you back to life.
Man, he's so cool.
No. Oh my gosh. I want this to work.
You don't have to.
I want this to work. Gorilla Man's gonna try to use his big gorilla hands to grab Action Bastard and chuck him at our other heroes. He's gonna use Quick Toss. So... Actually, oh wait, this is a reaction. I can't use it. You have to already be grabbed for me to use that. Never mind. I'm gonna switch roles here, and I think I'm just gonna clobber you. The character makes a close attack against an enemy. If the attack is a success, the enemy takes regular damage. On a fantastic success, the enemy takes double damage and is knocked prone. And he's got an edge here. So... Ow!
Clobbering time.
Ooh. Ooh, very strong. And I gotta get my edge on there.
Ooh, didn't change.
Didn't change. So that's a
You're
total of
going for the
16 versus. Yeah, I'm putting you guys down. That's a 16 total for your melee defense.
Oh, my melee defense is only 12.
Really?
Boom.
That's
Roasted.
very
Yeah.
surprising.
And you're doing that damage reduction thing.
Yes.
So I have unfortunate news.
What's that?
Damage reduction sources do not stack. So you have 2 for both your sturdy and the team maneuver. So 2 is the number that you would use.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So
It's 6
Um, 6 times 3, that's 18, 22 damage instead of the 34 damage.
But
Okay.
your sturdy only has damage reduction to health damage. The team maneuver will give you damage reduction to focus
To
damage as well.
both. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Okay.
Hey, we got the rules right here, boys and girls.
We're getting most of the rules kind of right. We are on to Ruby Thursday, who is Ruby Thursday, why you gotta have so many things? Ruby, the tentacles on Ruby's head are wriggling around and are gonna shoot out at Ren Kimura. I am going to do this ability called web grabbing. The character makes a ranged attack on an enemy. If the attack is a success, it's hard to say success sometimes. The character grabs the target with a web. On a fantastic success, the target is also pinned. Breaking free from webbing requires a melee check. Target number 20.
And am I able to do a dodge maneuver?
If once I make the attack, geez,
Okay.
slow your roll, lady.
I'm trying not to forget it.
Is it just dodge?
Yeah, I just have dodge.
Can you
To
click
avoid
on it so
incoming
we can
attack.
read it?
Yeah. The
I think it
character
just
actively dodges. To avoid incoming attacks.
Actively.
Any attacks against character have trouble until the character's next turn or the end of the next round at the latest.
This is just the action dodge. It's not a power,
Can you
right?
Oh, wait.
click on
I
it?
think I have a
Can you click on the
reaction.
speech bubble so we can read it? Thank you. It's an action. Which means you'd have to do it on your turn, right?
Gotcha. Okay, that's fine. All right. So what is
I
it,
honestly don't
15?
know. I have no idea. I'm just guessing. Yeah. So for that's what you have to spend it as an action on your turn. It's not a reaction.
Oh, you're
Okay.
basically saying if somebody attacks me, I'm gonna try and dodge the attack.
Yeah.
Kind of like okay. So the attack 15 against your agility defense.
That would work. But I do have a reaction escape.
Ooh.
All right.
So it says, or did you say if I do the text bubble, it'll pop up?
Yeah.
There we go.
Have you been
character-
grabbed, pinned, or paralyzed?
You said she was gonna grab me.
She's doing web grabbing.
Mhm.
If the attack is a success, the character grabs the target with a web. So you are grabbed on a fantastic success, which this wasn't. You can skip that part.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
So, trigger, the character has been grabbed, pinned, or paralyzed by something physical. Effect, the character can attempt to escape just like they could with a regular action.
Okay.
So you can
Well, go-
immediately escape.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me your reaction.
Ability, I assume.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh, here we go. Trick. Why doesn't it tell me what they roll? I assume it's a ability.
It would make sense to be.
Wait, I'm confused because it. Wait, this is just a regular action?
It's
The reaction.
a regular reaction.
Oh,
It's not a
Just
power or
like
anything.
I could with a regular action.
right. Well, let's go to the regular. Oh, here we go. If the character is grabbed, they make a melee check against the grabber's melee defense.
Okay. And that's combat, I assume. That's a 14.
We're not. Yeah.
That's
14
right.
against the defense of the
Yeah.
the grabby,
Yeah.
grabber.
You are able to slip out of being grabbed.
All right, excellent.
Huh. All right.
Take
Fun.
that tentacle face.
But now you don't have a reaction.
It's Ruby.
Oh boy.
Next is going to be Jarhead. Chandu the Mystic is
My
going
murderer.
to throw out so many fun spells. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I think Chandu sees that Ren was able to break free, and he starts with that like powerful, like almost like the Dune voice. He's like, "Crimson bands of Sitarak," and these like strands of like energy ribbon shoot up out of the ground and wrap around Ren's arms. He's going to try to pin you.
And
He
just
makes an
used your reaction. No.
he makes
I mean-
an ego check with edge against the melee defense of a target in their line of sight. So an ego check.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that'll do it.
With edge.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that'll
that's fine.
freaking do it.
Okay.
Marvel it? What did it say?
Oh yes, yeah. On a fantastic success, the target can be pinned too. Breaking out of the crimson bands requires a melee check with a target number 20.
Wow. Well, this is
Uh,
going not great.
Luckily, this just pins you in place. It doesn't deal any damage. He's
Oh, it
just
doesn't.
holding you in place. And it requires him to concentrate on the spell. So
Okay.
keep that in mind. Let me update its focus.
Just so you know, Des, this pin is the same as grabbed, except that you have trouble on the melee check to get out.
Okay.
And I think you can actually click on the condition, and that'll adjust your character sheet.
Okay.
I don't think the conditions are kind of broken on the
Pinned.
character sheet.
Uh,
It
It's
lit
just
up.
to remind you that you are pinned.
Gotcha.
Doesn't actually do anything.
Well, balls.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
almost
After
no good.
Chandu, it
Oh,
is
hold on.
Hitmonkey's
I
turn.
gotta press that I'm unconscious.
Yes. Thank you. Please do.
Yep.
All of my stats are 0.
Why?
I
Actually,
feel
you know
like
what's funny?
Hitmonkey just does like, oh, what?
In the thing it says when an unconscious character's defenses are all 10, my ego defense went up, which makes sense
Yeah,
because
I feel like-
I can't understand, an ego attack. I
Right.
guess.
Yeah.
No, I feel like Hitmonkey just takes like a really cool pose, and then we find out what happens next week.
What?
Yes. It's a tiny bit anticlimactic. But yeah, Hitmonkey gets down into an attack stance and is almost ready to pounce. And that's when we'll throw up one of those comic book panels. A mixture of podcast and comic book. We'll see you next episode.
Excellent.
And we'll end there. Oh, a thrilling mid-fight ending. How is this
Yeah.
going to end up for our awesome heroes?
Yeah, awesome.
I mean, one's unconscious, one's pinned, so it's not looking too hot.
Yeah.
Hey,
Chris,
the
you
other
feeling
two
all right?
best members of the team will get it.
All right.
yeah.
I at least did a little bit of damage.
Hit Monkey and Action Bastard got this on lock.
Yeah. Thanks to Sirenscape for the outstanding sounds and music. Check them out at sirenscape.com. Also, a huge shout out to our wonderful supporters on Patreon. You can sign up for free to get alerts, announcements, and more at patreon.com/Adventure Awaits Podcast. Finally, check out our back catalog at adventureawaitspod.com. Thanks for listening.